Hello everyone, in this ASMR session we're continuing the playthrough of Timberborn that we started in the previous episodes. Now we're slowly growing our tribe, and for the moment the droughts do not really bother us. So without further ado, let's start the game. And here we are, continuing our playthrough. Now our tribe is actually surviving quite well. We've been already through a couple of droughts, and yeah, we didn't really notice anything. That's very good. Now what I want to do is expand, of course, our tribe and the things we can do and produce. So now we were producing some planks, but I think we have to increase the production. So I put down a second building to produce planks, and also we have to produce gears. Now the first thing that I want to do with the gears that we will produce is to build a huge water tank. So I will unlock the medium water tank that actually is quite big anyway, and we will fill it with water. Now so far we didn't have any problems during the droughts. But it is also true that the droughts were very short, 3 days and 4 days. Now the more we go on, the droughts will be much longer, 6, 7, even 9 days. So we better be prepared. So yeah, let's get more water, putting in the reserves, more food. And so since now we're exploiting the trees down below the waterfall, I think is also a good idea having a dam also there. So when there will be another drought, the water below will stay there for a little longer. Hopefully it will stay there for the total and the complete length of the drought itself, like it happens on top of the mountain where the main settlement is. Now we have the two mills are already there and they are working. Now we're just waiting for the gear, the building to produce gears. Well, so far so good, as they say. Right. For the moment, we have exactly, we're producing a good number of logs, and so the log pile is quite filled. But I think we need more logs, definitely more logs, since they are the base of everything we will do. So now I'm placing a warehouse for the gears. Of course, every time you produce something, you need to have a warehouse or a pile, and each of them can only host only one type of goods, so you can't have any mixed building, mixed warehouse. Might be a limitation. In this moment, it's fine for me. I don't mind having that kind of behavior for the buildings. You have very specialized buildings, you cannot have mixed use buildings. Well, since now we have enough science points, I've unlocked the big house, so the big lodge, so we can host more beavers. And well, I think it's a good idea to have a second science building and produce more and more points of science points, because other buildings, more complex buildings, well, you need hundreds and hundreds of points to unlock them. So instead of waiting days and days before accumulating enough points, I think it's a good idea to have 2 and later on maybe 3, 4 science buildings that produce more points more quickly. So that will be what I'm going to do. For now, 2 of them will be fine, I believe. Right, so I see the beavers really busy doing their stuff. Now, I was looking and we have four unemployed beavers, which is not bad. One will be immediately employed when the science building will be built, and then the other 3, I think it is a good thing to have some spare workforce, to be honest, because beavers die every now and then. So if you have spare beavers, let's say, they will immediately take the job of the beaver that passed away. So I think the unemployed will be a problem when you have, 10, 15 of them. That means that you need to expand more, meaning adding more jobs, more professions, or you have to expand. So building another district, very likely. Now let's unlock, so I have unlocked a windmill to produce power. Now most of the new buildings that I will unlock will definitely require power. Now the windmill is actually a building that is specific for this tribe of beavers, and there's another tribe you can play, and they have different buildings, different specialization, let's say. These beavers actually have windmills, so we'll use the windmills to produce energy and to produce power. I don't want to have loads of hamster wheels to produce power, and windmills actually produce more power than the hamster wheels. Now I think it's good to have a mix between hamster wheels and windmills, because the way the simulation works, the windmills do not work 100% of the time, so you can't really understand how the wind is simulated, but there are moments when there's no wind, and so no power coming from the windmills. But that will be something for later, when the windmills will be built. So for now let's just wait for our busy beavers to complete the big water tank. Actually, that's not the big one, it's the medium one. There's one even bigger than that, but we need more materials or different kind of materials to produce it, and we need more science points. And one of the materials that we need is definitely metal, so that structure that we saw there, that one is metal, so that's the structure that we will have to harvest for metal. to build even more complex things. There's also another structure like that in the west, so I'm just thinking now which one is we have to exploit first. And in the meanwhile, we have another drought coming. We still have 1.2 days before another drought. Now, given what happened until now with the droughts, I have no real, I'm not really worried. The number of beavers hasn't increased that much. We have now 2 dams, not only 1. So I'm fairly confident that we will get through it quite easily, unless the length of the drought is quite long. We're still in the beginning of the game, so I'm not expecting more than 4 days, but you never know. So let's see if we have a bad surprise in just, in 0.3 days. But that's why I wanted to have that big water tank there completed and filled with water before the drought. But it's something that it won't be possible now. So here we are, and alright, it's only 3 days, so we've been lucky. A very short drought again, so as expected now, the water has disappeared from the region, but in our little enclave on top of the mountain and also below the mountain we still have water. So that's the result, the expected result. That's very good. I like that. Now so now the amount of wood has increased. Good. We're cutting down trees with more speed, so that's fine. So let's place a couple of new lodges that will host more beavers. Now, one interesting thing of this double lodge is that the entrance is on the first floor, not on the ground floor. So you can't really use them unless you have the stairs. Well, we do have the stairs, so everything is fine. And since we're here, let's place also the rooftop terraces that I tried to place very early in the game, forgetting that they needed the stairs. But now we have everything we need to build the rooftop terraces and increase the way our beavers can enjoy their free time and they can enjoy the evenings. Now, so they can just go there, relax, talk about the day, sip a cocktail, which is something that I don't know if I can produce, but it will be nice to give them also some good cocktails to enjoy whilst on the rooftop. I mean, the rooftop and cocktails just go together. It's not the same thing being on a rooftop and just eating carrots and drinking plain water. But hey, that's what we have now, well, besides berries. So, but they'll be fine, they'll be happy anyway. And now magically the drought is almost over. Yeah, now the drought it is over and we didn't even notice. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. Now let's place I think a couple of windmills so we can add more power, so we can have more power also for later, for the other buildings that will require power to function. Now, as I said, the windmills will not work 100% of the time. There is no real indication about the wind, but yeah, they will stop every now and then. Now, I just realized that I did something weird. I've connected the two windmills twice. You can connect power sources to share, of course, and add power to the total power produced. The way I did it, it wasn't necessarily wrong, it would have worked anyway, but it was just redundant. They were connected twice. So yeah. Anyway, not a big problem. Right, so yeah, the roof terraces are ready. They just need a connection with the main road. So all the buildings need a connection to the main road. That's one of the limitations of this game, which is, I think it's alright. It's not a wrong concept, to be honest. And we see already the first beavers enjoying the rooftop. Right. Now, yes, I've unlocked the streaming gauge, and it's an interesting tool that will allow us to read the height of the water, and also the speed of the water as well. In this moment we're not really using water mills, so that element is not relevant, the speed of the water, but the level is always something, an information interesting to know. Yeah, I think I will add more water pumps, because I noticed that in the end the big water tank is not filling up. So it might mean that we're producing exactly the amount we're consuming, almost, or yeah, just with a small plus or minus. But I really want to have that big water tank filled, possibly a second one too. So let's add another water pump, and maybe even a second one, and we will see if one more is enough to fill the water tank. Yeah, I've unlocked the level 1, let's call it level 1 platform, or the one that's got a height of 1. And we can use it to probably also get down from our mountain from the back, and use, going from the back and maybe go on the other side of the river. I'm not entirely sure how to do it, because as I mentioned before, we we need to get to the metal scraps, or the metal areas where we can start gathering metal. And in the meanwhile, actually, one good thing to do is to build some hospital beds. So then when the beavers will be injured, they can lie down and recover. Now, we don't need a hospital per se. We just need the beds for the beavers to recover. We can also have a medical center, let's call it, so the efficacy of the beds will increase, and the beavers will get better much sooner. But they work anyway, also without a doctor and without the medical center. I don't know. Well, in this moment we have no one injured. I'm not really sure what happens if there's no there are no beds, no hospital beds available. What is sure is that an injured beaver will not go to work, will not work. It might just take quite long to get better. I don't think it will die. It didn't happen to me in the other playthrough that I played. So the idea was maybe go down the mountain this way, on this side, and then maybe crossing the river, but the gap is quite big, so I'm not entirely sure how to do it. So maybe for the moment just have, so how can I do this one? If I put the platform there, and then then the stairs, they can connect on that side, and then go all the way down, with an extra platform, of course. But then the big gap there cannot be. I might need a bridge, but I think the bridges, I'm sure actually, the bridges require metal to be built, and I cannot. We had to be. It's a bit a situation of chicken and egg, because I need to cross the gap to reach the metal, but to cross the gap I need to build a bridge, and the bridge needs metal. So let's leave it there for the moment. It might be useful anyway. So probably the first area I will expand towards is actually on the east. So I will probably exploit the metal that we have on the east of the map. But for now, let's just leave that one there, and then I will think about it. So how are we doing? So we have. Okay, I think we're doing fine. Still nothing major has happened. Well, I like this scenario with the water so close and easy to manage in a sense. And the water tank is kind of filling up now, but not as fast as I hoped. So let's put down another water pump, and we have 8 unemployed. So yeah, and that's also a good reason to have another water pump, so we can employ one extra beaver. We're still producing our planks very slowly. I thought that we could produce quite a few of them. I was hoping to see the plank pile kind of filled or half full. The production is still a bit slow, and for example now the windmills are not working. There's no real indication about the wind, so you have no idea how and when they will stop or restart. Well, so I think now I will put down a haulier post. So this one basically employs beavers only for moving goods around, and this will speed up, I'm sure, all the operations, building operations, and filling or refilling operations and activities. And this is good actually also to absorb extra workforce. Now we still have 8 unemployed, and the haulier post I think can employ 8. You don't have to have 8 immediately, and you can also regulate the amount of workers. So when a building requires more than 1 worker, you can always increase or decrease the amount of workers actually employed there. So that's also convenient. So I think we will have an extra building, so we will produce hopefully now there will be an extra production of planks, because more complex buildings do require planks, so we need quite a few of them. So let's have 3 lumber mills, and probably we should be fine. Definitely we will be fine in terms of we have 5. Yeah, exactly. So we have 5 employees there, and that's the default. But you can have 10. So you can even have 10 hauliers. But for now it's only 5, and if necessary I might reduce it to 3 or 2. And there's always the possibility to pause a building, so they will not do anything and the person employed there will become free, and depending on the situation, then you have 1 extra unemployed, or that beaver will go to the next available job. So that's also good when you have problems that maybe too many beavers died for one reason or another. You might stop a building or pause a building, and so you can shuffle the workforce around. Now I think I'm having problems with with power. They're not really building the junction there, which is kind of annoying. So how do I do this one? I think it's a problem of maybe the beavers, they do not have access to that part. Sometimes it's not really clear if beavers they can or cannot reach certain spots. Sometimes it seems that they can build things from far away. Sometimes they need to be right there. So it looks like that the junction there cannot be reached for some reason. And I think okay, now they're doing it. So it was blocked. Okay, but it could have walked from the other side. Oh I'm still not probably I don't know exactly how these things work, but anyway, I think now they can reach the junction there, they can build it. They have all the materials in place, so they can do it. They can do it. And then when that one is done, I will put down the blueprint for the final junction, the one that initially was blocking. Sometimes you have to be, so that's one done, and now I will put down that one that was blocking everything. Sometimes you have to be careful, because they will, there's a priority probably, there's a sequence you have to respect. And I noticed in the meanwhile that finally the big water tank is full. So good, and the final junction has been done, so now we have our power back, and all the 3 lumber mills, they're working as intended and producing logs, well, not logs, but using the logs to produce planks. And okay, finally the plank pile is they're storing the excess planks. Good. And possibly so I think now we're producing a lot of logs, so it's better to have an extra pile for the logs, because then they will be quite useful for the expansion into another district. I think we can close the video here. Slowly but surely our tribe is getting bigger. We might be on the verge to expand into another district, but that will be for another episode. So if you like the video, please like, subscribe or leave a comment. And I hope I can see you again for another session with Timberborn or any of the other games that I play. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.